Hi, Phil Schoenberg, Fastpitch Power. We had a great question asked of one of our followers. She's preparing for a showcase tournament. She's a starting pitcher on her travel team. She's a starting pitcher for her high school team. She's been starting to push the envelope on becoming more aggressive with her lower body, trying to explode off the pitching rubber, increase her stride length, thereby increasing her throw zone and improving velocity and command. She's struggling with this. She feels as though when she tries to become more aggressive in her lower body, her arm speed actually slows down. It's a great question, Alyssa, and thank you for posing it, and we're going to try our best to answer it without having seen actual video of you pitching. It can be a little bit difficult, but we'll do the best we can. First of all, and we've talked about this many times before, there is a big difference between knowing how to pitch and preparing your body to pitch. So I've said it before, I'll say it again. When you get to a certain level, especially an advanced pitcher who's about to go and perform in front of college coaches, you need to have the core strength and stability to enable you to push the envelope and explode off the pitching rubber more aggressively without slowing down with your upper body. Now, what often happens when this transition is taking place for the first time is a timing issue. When your stride is short and you're used to moving your hand at a certain speed up the front side of the circle and down the back side of the circle, your hand, when your stride foot lands, will be in the correct position between 12 and 10 o'clock on a clock. We've talked about this before. We want the full backside of the arm circle with a solid foundation, and that solid foundation takes place when my stride foot lands. We call it power K. We want the full backside of the arm circle for our hand to be able to follow with a firm front side and a solid foundation. Now, when I become more explosive off the pitching rubber, I've got to adjust that. So while my stride foot is getting out further, I don't want to leave it hanging up in the air too long so that when my pitching hand lands, and this is something you might want to look at here to see if this is the case, when my stride foot lands, my pitching hand is already half or 2/3 of the way down the backside of the circle. Then I'm pushing the ball, and I don't have the power I need to generate maximum velocity. That is often the case. So I need to time the front side of my circle to coincide with that additional stride length that enables me to land with my hand between 12 and 10 o'clock on a clock, giving me the full backside of the circle to generate speed. Now, when I do this, you will notice my throw zone's longer. If my throw zone is longer, let's say by 10 or 15%, then my hand speed's got to increase by 10 or 15% in order for me to get to the end of my throw zone in the same amount of time, greater distance, but in the same amount of time when my distance was shorter. So timing is a critical element here. And I'm guessing, based upon what I'm hearing from Alyssa, that timing is probably her problem. She hasn't all of a sudden, because she's getting more aggressive with her lower body, forgotten how to have a fast arm circle. So generally speaking, it's going to have to do with when your stride foot lands and where your hand position is. So Alyssa, my recommendation to you and to any other pitcher having this problem, have a coach video you from the side, from your pitching hand side, when you're trying to get out more aggressively. Make sure that your body is in that good power K position when you get here. You stop it on you put it up on your computer, you stop it when you get to that point, and see where your hand is and what position your body's in. If all of a sudden your stride length increasing puts you in this position, your hand is down, your body's forward, you're starting to prematurely rotate, well then you know that your core and trunk are not strong enough to hold you in the correct position when you increase your stride length by 6, 8, 12 inches. And that's what you should be aiming for. When you get to be an elite pitcher, Almost all the elite pitchers I know are getting out to the end of the 8-foot circle. So look for the timing issue. See where your hand is when your stride foot lands. That starts your solid foundation. And if your hand is between 12 and 10 o'clock on a clock, then you'll have the full backside of the circle with balance, good, solid, firm front side wall of resistance to generate your power and speed. It's going to get you faster. Can't do anything else, because you're getting the longer distance in a shorter time. I hope this has been useful. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and I will do my best to address them. Good luck. Talk to you next time.